This is Jonathan Agnew of Fifth Pro Boxing Fans, joined by Killian Art. We're here in New York, as you can see, painting of Teofimo Lopez right behind you. Great win for him last night. Pat, talk to us about the piece you've done here.
Well, it's nothing to do with last night, mind. This was his iconic win against Lomachenko, and he stands on the ropes, and I just did that sort of thing. But he did just that yesterday as well. It was a fantastic performance. I think we saw as good as his performance against Lomachenko last night, and against an undefeated fighter like Barboza, was 32-0. He done really good. I mean, the skill he showed, his counters, his speed, the footwork. He looked phenomenal, I thought.
I was gonna give you the mic and I'll pan it down
so
people can see the entire
Thanks, man.
piece. Goes like that. Talk to us about the quote on top there.
Well, funny enough, I didn't have anything else. I didn't have anything else on it, and when I seen his mum at the weigh-in, the team was here, and his mum and everybody, and I was speaking to his mum, Jenny, and she was like, "Oh, maybe should have put some texture," and then I'm like, "Oh shit, maybe I should have." Actually, looking at it, I think maybe. So then I seen Teo there, and I said, "What do you think? What do you think?" He said, "Oh, I just did that. That's all it needs." "Oh, you got it. Thanks." So then I went back into my room and prepared. I think that evening.
Talk to us about this week. You've had a busy week. You met up with Turki Alalshikh for the first time. How was that?
Oh, it's fantastic. I mean, it's great to meet up with him, and actually, I tagged him in something on Instagram, and he said he wanted it. So it was for me to have that response, and to get to meet him was a great experience. He is constantly in meetings, so to get it I think I was very lucky as well, and pleased to say that he now has that piece. So I have a new collector, so it's, I'm quite proud of that.
Yeah, it was brilliant. And talk to us about the fight last night, Ryan Garcia and Rolly Romero. No one really expected that, but yeah, Rolly looked good.
I said to I said to people that were asking me different, about the fights, and I certainly said that Rolly had a puncher's chance, but I thought Ryan didn't look very good at all. And he said that himself. He accepted that. He just didn't perform very well. I think I think he should have gone to Rolly a bit more. Maybe the power affected him a bit, but Rolly looked big too. He could go way up. He can go up. He looks strong, powerful guy. So he did well for and good for him. He put himself back on the map there, and he's some big fights ahead for him.
Who would you like to see him fight next? They're talking about maybe him against Devin, maybe him against Boots Ennis.
Yeah, which you're talking about, Rolly?
Yeah.
Any of them, really. I think he's put himself in that position now to sort of, and then they'll all want to fight him as well. But he's dangerous. You can see his knockouts and stuff. If he hits you, and if he goes after you and that, and he's good. But he boxed a little bit more yesterday, didn't he? I felt, he did. He was on the back foot a bit more, and he did good.
And talk to us about last week. Eubank and Benn, crazy build-up, crazy fight. You've seen Conor. Talk to us about the fight.
Well, he really, the fight lived up to his expectations. I just thought it was fabulous. It was a great fight, and he's exactly like their dads back in 35 years back. And I'd captured the piece, and in fairness, both of them had shown interest in the piece I've done. I'm still waiting, really, and I'll speak to Eubank again. And phenomenal. I mean, I don't think many people I mean, you know, Eubank was swollen. You know, after, you know, his face was swollen, and Ben was cut up. It was very, very, you know, similar to their dads. I loved the fact that he came out in the same shorts as 35 years ago as their father. I thought the colour, I thought that was a nice little touch. And I texted a mate of mine and I said, I bet Ben will come out to the Chimes, and I bet Eubank will come out to Simply the Best. And for a short period of time they did, and I thought that's a lovely touch. And the whole thing was just, you know, phenomenal. What an event that was.
Yeah,
brilliant.
What was it like seeing Conor Benn this week? Like, I know you've seen him in the hotel.
Yeah,
what did you have a chat with him?
Just very briefly, just said hi to him and congratulated him, like, and he congratulated me as well. So, yeah, good. You know, good on him.
Humble guy as well.
Yeah, very humble, and good kid.
I just wanted to ask you, I've seen sort of this week the British board are going to investigate Eubank's weight cut. You know, he was in a sauna suit before the fight. You know, you were an ex-fighter. I'm sure you had to make weight and stuff. What do you make of that?
Well, I suppose, you know, some of it is dangerous, but, you know, you're always going to be fighters and stuff are always going to be sweating it out. It's water weight, you know. They're all going to be. Every fighter does it, actually, whether it's UFC, MMA, and, you know, and to cut down that. Listen, I've skipped. And this is no joke. If I'm feeling bloated, fat, I can put a sweatsuit on. I can go into the gym, skip, hit the bag for 10 rounds, and I can lose 7 pounds. That's half a stone. That's easy to do. Now, is that bad for you? A lot. Some people will say it is, but I don't know. I feel better for it. So I'm the wrong person to ask about it, really, like, because I'm not a nutritionist, and all the nutritionist people are going to say that maybe some of them will probably say it's bad, but you know, I'm not. You know, you're drinking, you're replenishing a little bit, but because our bodies are 80% water anyway, you know, so.
True. Tell us what else you're working on. What have you got coming up?
Well, I think now would be Kakashi. I just met up with Kakashi and his team, and his main sponsor bought a nice piece.
That's the Wood fight, yeah.
Yeah, but so I'm looking at doing a Wood versus Kakashi. I think that would be nice. Maybe a stare down or something. Sort of, I'm planning it already now in my mind and looking at images and stuff. So I'll be really getting on with that when I get back.
And
don't have long.
Yeah, and also on that piece you did, which Turki Alalshikh bought, I'll put like a little picture of what it looks like. But that I think you did in 2 weeks. So give people an idea of how long these pieces take.
Like, the thing is that the idea of that piece. I'm planning that piece in my mind as soon as that fight is announced. So what date was that fight announced?
A couple months ago at least.
So when you say 2 weeks, you know, you get.
I mean the execution of it, not the planning. The execution.
You make me look bad because.
No, I mean it in a good way.
I know. The plan and the work process for me is actually, you know, it really does start in me just thinking about it. The thought process, you know, because when it was announced, I literally. And I spoke to Turki about this when I put it up on the easel, and I told him my process and the plan. And, you know, for me to get I had this, you know, the skyline of the Times Square, and with all the billboards, with all the promoters on it, and him himself, was a plan in my mind straight away. And then, but then it becomes a jigsaw puzzle then when I'm doing it. So, you know, there is a lot of planning involved as well before I actually do start to produce that piece. So, and it was a lot of hours, you know, just daily, just you know. But it's nice when I've done a piece like that, I can sort of step back a bit from it. And I tell you what, it was so nice for me, to get for him himself to message me, you know, and say like it was just awesome.
Brilliant.
Yeah, makes it all worthwhile. And something like that, you know, when you do it for an event like this, and you get a message from him.
Yeah.
So.
Right, tell us where the fans can follow your work. You've got a website, you've got a YouTube channel.
Yeah, Killian_art on Instagram and KillianArt.com, and if you just type my name in, something will pop up.
They can get other stuff right on there.
Prints and limited editions. So yeah, thanks man, appreciate it. Bud.
Pat, appreciate your time, and I will speak to you soon. Appreciate it.
Thanks, buddy. You'll be doing some more interviews soon when I when we get more views.